In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to build from scratch a fully automated system that is going to help you to automate your real estate property management business. And for this, we're going to be using three softwares: VoiceFlow as a chat assistant, Made.com to build the automations, and Airtable as a database. The system is the following. Every time that a tenant reports an incident in one of our properties, like electricity, water, appliances, heating system, AC, whatever, we are going to send the chat assistant that is going to capture the relevant information like address, explanation, attachments, contact information, etc. to the tenant, and as soon as it is completely filled, we are going to run an automation in Make that is going to send the information to the relevant person that is going to solve the issue. It means the electricity specialist, the fiber specialist, or whoever it is. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is go to Airtable and create a database. Okay, we're going to create a database and we're going to create two tables. One is going to be the general database where we're going to keep all the incidences, and then the other one is going to be the form incidences where we're going to ask for the attachments. Okay, this was a test, but I'm going to delete it. So in the general database, we're going to create name, email, phone number, address. This is a long text field. Type of issue, this is a drop down, and we're going to include the different types of issues: electricity, water, fiber, appliances, heating, AC. Okay, we can include indeed as many as we want. Explanations, this is another long text field. Then attachment, where we're going to receive the video that we're going to ask for the tenant, and the incidence ID, that is the record of the ID of the Airtable record. It means this row. And then the form link. Okay, this link is dynamic, and this link is going to be obtained from this other table. Okay, here we're going to create another table and we're going to create a form view. Okay, so we create a new view, and then as I created it, I won't do it again, but we just need to create incidence ID and attachment. Here it's very important that incidence ID matches perfectly with this name of the field. Okay, and then attachment also matches perfectly with attachment here. Okay, so now how we are going to link one with the other? It's very easy, and we're going to do it this way. So first of all, we're going to open the form and we're going to copy this link. Okay, and with this formula, concatenate and this URL, we're going to paste this there, and we are going to include it here. And as you see here, this is the same. Okay, and with the incidence ID, the formula that we actually need to use is record ID, edit field, record ID, this one. Okay, and as you see, this is it. So why this is important, that with this link of the form that is going to be pre-filled with the record ID, that we have it synchronized, because once we are in VoiceFlow, we are going to be sending this link, so the tenant or the person in charge is going to be able to upload the document, the video, the photo, whatever, and we are going to be able to send it to the relevant person. Okay, so let's run a test. Let's run a test here. Let's open the form, but let's open the form with it pre-filled. So attach file, and we're going to find Google Images, and this is going to be this one, for example. Copy here, and we're going to include it here. Okay, so let's see if this works. Okay, so let's try with another one. This one. And upload. Okay, we're going to submit, and now this is going to be showing here in this grid view. Okay, and now what do we need to do? Now we need to link this grid view, the one that we have here, form incidences, with the general database. Okay, this is very important. So I'm going to delete this thing. And for that, we're going to create an automation that I already created, but I'm going to delete just for you to see how it actually works. So I'm gonna switch it off, delete, and that's it. And the trigger that we are going to have is when a form is submitted, okay? So when a form is submitted, trigger, select table, form incidences, select form incidences video uploader, and then, okay, here. Then we're going to find a record in the other table, in the general database, in the main database, okay? So general database, condition, add condition where incidence ID is dynamic, is going to be a variable, is going to match with the exact incidence ID than the other table, okay? So here incidence ID is going to be this one, okay? And now we're going to update a record. That is going to be select the table, general database, record ID, we're going to look for it, find the records, and it's going to be field values, attachment. No, okay, so the record is incidence ID, and then the field that we're going to update is attachment, and we're going to update it with this, okay? So now let's run a test automation, okay? So we're going to select a record, that is this one, that actually didn't load properly, but we're going to check that here is empty indeed, okay? So here, as you see, is empty, okay? Oh, but here we don't have any record because I deleted it first. So let's create it from here, and let's upload this image, for example. So this one, and I'm going to upload this one, that is going to be a link, upload, submit. And as we see here, now this one is here, okay? I'm going to delete the other ones because we don't need them. So now we're going to link this attachment in this table with this other table, okay? And for this, we're going to run the following automation. We're going to select another record, and we're going to select this record, okay? So now when a form is submitted, in the form, incidences video uploader, we're going to find a record in the main database where the incidence ID actually match, and we're going to update the record, okay? So as you see here, there is no attachment, and we're going to run the automation. Okay, so now it should be there, okay? So as you see, this is here, okay? So now we finish with the Airtable part, and now we're going to jump into the VoiceFlow part, because the Airtable part is already finished, and every video that is going to be uploaded to the form is going to be synchronized automatically with the general database. Okay, so now that we finished with Airtable, what we're going to do is create all the logic behind VoiceFlow, okay? And in VoiceFlow, what we're going to do is to ask for the different fields that we actually need in order to send to the relevant person later on. So for example, we're going to ask for the name, email, phone number, address, incidents, a video of the incidents. We're going to ask for all this information, so then we can send automatically a message with all the information that the tenant already gave to us in this chat, okay? So we're going to start with a text field that is going to be hello, my name is Max, and I am going to be helping you today. What's your name? And here we're going to include a capture step that is going to be basically a step where we're going to capture the name, okay? I created the variable already, so in this case I don't need to create it from scratch, okay? So now we're going to ask for the email, and we're going to be asking for the different fields that we are going to need in order to contact with a relevant person at the end. So, okay, nice to meet you, and the variable name, what email we can contact you in case you need it. And here we're going to ask for another capture step. And in this case, it's going to be email, and in this case, it's going to be email 2 because I did some tests and this is the one that I'm going to use, but it can be like email 1, email 2. At the end, you just have to match the variables, okay? So email 2, okay? So we're going to capture this thing, and we're going to confirm, we're going to ask for a confirmation of the email because this is very important and we actually need a right email for this, okay? So, okay. So we have here, okay. So the email that we can write to you is email 2. Is this correct? And here we're going to include 2 buttons, okay? So it's going to be the yes and no, okay? And the yes is going to continue with the workflow, but the no is going to come back to capture the user email, okay? So here we're going to move it a bit so it looks slightly better. Okay. Okay, this looks awful actually. But in the meantime, in the middle, we are going to include a text block, okay? So, okay. That we are going to ask for the email again. So it's going to be, okay. Please write your email now. Okay? So this is going to be like this. We're going to make it look a bit better. And now this is going to be like this. So we're going to test it. So at gmail.com. So now, okay, cool. So this works, and now we're going to be asking for the rest of the fields. And in this case is we're going to ask for the mail, for the phone number. Okay, can you tell us now the phone number? And we're going to include another capture step that is going to be phone number, that in this case is phone number 2 because I created it already, but this phone number, okay? So we're going to follow the same logic here. Okay, let's delete this one. Oops. Let's copy paste this one. And let's reconfirm the phone number. So the phone number that we can text to you is variable phone number. Phone number 2. Is this correct? Yes, no? Please write your phone number now. So now this is going to be going here automatically, and this is going to be here automatically. So now we're going to ask for the address as well, and for this we're going to do the same as here. We're going to copy paste this one. Okay, can you tell us now the address of your apartment? And we're going to include another capture step that is going to be address. That is going to be address 2. Okay, so here, and we repeat the same process again. Okay, so just to double confirm, we're going to do the following. So your address is this correct? And here we're going to include the variable address 2. Is this correct? Address 2. So please your correct address, and here we're going to connect it as before. Okay, so now we already have the name, the email, the phone number, the address, and now let's take a look to what else fields do we need. So we need the type of issue, the explanation. Yeah, we need the type of issue and the explanation. Okay, so let's go to VoiceFlow, and now let's create here a text block. Okay, could you tell to us a bit more about the issue? So here now we're going to include different buttons. Okay, we're going to include electricity, we're going to include water, we're going to include heating, we're going to include fiber, we're going to include appliances, and we're going to include AC. Okay, obviously we can include as many fields as we actually want. Okay, and now here this is very important because we need to set up a variable. Okay, I'm going to do only with the first one, but the thing that we need to do here is whatever the tenant or the relevant person selects here, we're going to set up a variable here, set variable, and the variable that we are going to create is going to be type of issue 2. Okay, and then we need to include the variable. We need to include the variable as it is, exactly the same as it is here. It means in type of issue. Okay, so it's going to be electricity, water, fiber, appliances, heating, AC. Okay, it needs to be written exactly the same, because if not, we are not going to match it. Okay, and we need to put it into quotation marks. So now we would need to do exactly the same for water, heating, fiber, appliances, IC, but I'm not going to do it because it's just repetitive and it's basically the same. Okay, so now here we need to ask for an explanation of the issue, and here we're going to ask in another text block that is going to be okay, noted. Can you explain a bit more about the issue? And again, we're going to include another capture step. In this case, it's going to be explanation. Okay, and what we need to do here is, apart from this action that we set up here, we're going to set up another action that is going to be go to this block, that in this case is new block 28. Okay, you should name it in the right way in order that we can easily follow it. Okay, so now let's take a look that this works. Electricity, and we are here. Okay, so now is the juicy part. Okay, now is when we are going to send the post and get request to Airtable. The post request where we are going to send all the information to Airtable, and then the get request where we are going to get the link. Okay, so API, here we would need to create a token, a personal access token, that is going to be create new token. Example, I'm going to give all the scoops. as you see here, and I'm going to give access to this one, okay? So I'm going to create a token, example 22, for example. And I have here the code, and actually this is going to be a post request, and here is going to be authorization, better here. And here in the request URL or variable, we're going to need to go to the table, and we're going to need to go to developer hub in order to get the URL of the table, okay, the exact URL of the table. So here we have, okay, it's not here, it's here in help. We go to API documentation, general database, create records, and this is the exact URL that we need to post our call. Okay, so we have it here, post, and that's it. Okay, so then in body, actually I have the information here already. In body we need to copy paste this, okay, and here we need to match all of the things that we are doing. It means we need to match all the fields, name with the variable name, email with the variable email, explanation with the variable explanation. And here is very important that the first part of the quotation, name, email, explanation, type of issue, etc., exactly matches the columns that we have in Airtable, okay? If not, this is not going to work. So this is there, and now let's add like content type application JSON, okay? So now we're going to need to capture different replies, okay? And we have them here, post, and we're going to need to capture all these ones, okay? So I'm going to copy one, and then I'm going to fill the others. So it's going to be capture response, fields name, and it's going to match with our name variable. Oops, what happened here? So select variable, search variable, name. Then we're going to need to do the same with email. Email, and it's going to match with our email variable, that is email 2. Then we're going to need to do the same with explanation. Explanation. We're going to search variable, explanation. Then we're going to do the same with type of issue. Type of issue. And we're going to select the variable type of issue 2. Address, address 2. Address, no, sorry. Address, and we're going to select this address 2 variable. And then phone number and phone number 2, okay? So phone number, and here is going to be phone number 2. So this should be working already, and now we're going to test it, okay? So let's take a look from the beginning. I'm going to run a test, and then we're going to create the GET request in order to get the link and complete the process, okay? So now we have this record only here. As you see, there is nothing, and now we're going to run it from scratch, okay? So my name is Borja. So my mail is borja@gmail.com. Yes, correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Correct. Example street 1, 2, 3. New York, for example. Okay. Correct. Now we're going to send electricity. We're going to explain a bit more about the issue. Explanation. Okay. And now here we need to check what happened. I'm going to send a test request here. It's going to be okay, so this one needs to match exactly electricity. Okay, so the problem is with the explanation as we see here, okay? So let's see what we have here. Explanations, okay. I wrote one extra S. So now let's take a look again to it. Now let's send another request. Electricity. And now this worked, and now we're going to see that this is here, okay? All the record is here. We're going to try it from scratch again, just in case. So it's going to be Borja at gmail.com. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Example street 1, 2, 3. Correct. Electricity. Explanation here. Okay, so now let's take a look to here. So as you see now, this actually works here. Borja at Gmail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Explanation and explanation. And basically we have the record here, okay? So now we're going to create the GET request. That is equally important, okay? So we're going to go with API GET, and the URL is actually the same one than here. It's going to be this one. Authorization, and here this is the key. So this is great, and now let me take a look to here. Here we need to filter by formula, okay, and basically retrieve the record ID and also the form link, okay? So we have here parameters filter by formula, and I'm going to copy it from here. So email is right there, and then capture response. I'm gonna take it from here again. Response records. And here we're going to, here we're going to write the record ID, record ID, and also the form link, okay? That is a variable that we need to create as well. So here, form link, and actually we need to make sure that this actually matches exactly as it is. So form link, perfect. So select variable, form, select variable, form, again, select variable, form link. Perfect. So now when this is a success, we're going to create a text block and we're going to send the form link to the person that is filling the form. Okay, so this is going to be great. Please add a video attachment showing the issue. And now here we're going to include the form link URL. Okay, and this URL is going to be dynamic, and as I said before, every record that we are going to create here is going to have assigned a form link automatically. Okay, and this form link is going to have a record automatically assigned, which is going to automatically update with the records in this other table with the automation that we created previously. Okay, so let's take a look if this works. Okay, so let's create here, and now a record that we actually used was borja@gmail.com. So we're here, it was success, and now let's take a look about the whole system. Let's see if it works. So we are here in the beginning, and let's click on start. Okay, so now, hello, my name is Max and I'm going to be helping you today. What's your name? My name is Borja. So it's going to be Borja automation @gmail.com. So we write a different email. Yes, Borja automation @gmail.com. And the phone number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ready. Correct. Example street 987. Correct. Electricity. Correct. We don't have electricity. And as you see, now we have this link. Okay, so now we have this link here, and we are going to upload this image. So we don't have image here, but we have this one here. So link, upload, submit, and now the automation is going to run. It's not ready yet, but it's going to show up here in a few seconds. So now, as you see, it's here, and as you see, it just showed up. So now the VoiceFlow and the Airtable part is ready, and now we're going to do the final part that is going to be in make.com, and it actually is the most important because it's the one that is going to connect our issues with the person that actually can solve the issues. Now we are in make.com, and we are going to create an scenario where we are going to watch all the records that are incoming into Airtable, and every time that we have a new record, we are going to filter and we are going to be sending a message to the relevant person. Okay, so the first module is going to be an Airtable watch record, and I'm going to create a new connection, okay, with the token that I created before. So this is going to be test delete soon, for example. Here we have, and we're going to connect this database, real estate property management, and we're going to connect general database. Okay, so here I forgot that we needed to create a last modified or created time record. Okay, so I'm going to create it now. So it's going to be created time. So it's going to be like this, created time. And now we're going to continue. So we're going to refresh this one. Okay, so test delete soon, I believe it was this one. Real estate property management, table, channel database, trigger field, created time, label field is going to be attachment, because every time that we have a new attachment, we are going to watch the record. So, okay, from now on, and now we're going to create the router, okay? So it's going to be flow control, router, and we're going to send, in this case, we set up 6 different routes like water, electricity, appliances, heating, AC, but you can create as many as you want, okay? So in this case, okay, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to create one more, and I'm going to be working on this one, for example. So the first thing that we have to do here is set up a filter, okay? And the label is going to be electricity condition, type of issue equals to electricity. It needs to be a text operator, okay? This is super, super important. So now here we're going to send an email with Gmail, create, send an email, and the connection is going to be the recipient. The connection, you have to create one. In this case, this is the one that I'm using, but the recipient has to be the relevant person that is going to be able to solve this issue. So for example, in this case, it would be electricity@gmail.com. Subject is going to be issue at, and we're going to have here the address, okay? And then the content, we're going to write it here. So hello, we have an issue at the address, the contact person is name with email and phone number. In case you need to contact them, and the explanation of the issue is the following. So explanation here, and here we're going to add extra attachments in case it's needed. So also find attachments below in case finds attachment below. So this is going to be here, and the attachment is going to be here. Best regards, keep me updated, okay? So this would be basically the message. Actually, I'm going to write here my email so we can actually check that it actually works. And now we're going to jump line HTML. We're going to include the jump of lines because in make.com it comes without format, so we need to format it, okay? So hello, we have this here, this one here as well. Okay, so now this should be working, and now attachments, we can leave it as it is, okay? We can write here attachment URL instead of attachments. And let's check it here, okay? So now we are going to select a record of the ones that actually we had already. So we're going to go here, choose where to start, choose manually, and Yeah, let's check this one, for example. But actually, this one I'm not sure about what is this exactly, so we're going to click on Run once. So as we saw, the module worked, Airtable, router, Gmail, and everything worked. The filter worked properly. And now we're going to go to my Gmail and we're going to check if this actually worked. Obviously here you have to write all the different mails and you have to fill all the different things. So as you see now, we just received the message. It says 2 minutes ago, but I believe it was a bit more. Yeah, 2 minutes ago, with the subject line issue at Example Street 987. Hello, we have an issue at the address Example Street 987. The contact person is Borja with email borjaautomation@gmail.com. And phone number 123456789 in case you need to contact them. And the explanation of the issue is we don't have electricity. Also find attachments below. As you see here, Borja Automation 123456789, address Example Street, electricity, we don't have electricity, and the Google attachment, okay? The attachment that is the Google screenshot. We're going to take a look to the Google screenshot, and as you see, this is the attachment that you can see is the attachment that is here. And as you see, everything happened automatically since the moment that we detected an issue in one of the properties until the moment that we reported that issue to the relevant person that is going to be able to solve it. So guys, as you see, this is a very easy way to improve the incidences management for a real estate property manager that is going to save them time and is going to help them to automate their business. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.